Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the video. Today we're going to be talking about 2021 Postmates versus DoorDash. It's December 31st, 2020, finally the last day of this crazy year. Who would have ever thought that it would have turned out this way? This is the third time I've made this comparison video between Postmates and DoorDash, and a lot of things have changed. When I first made this video back in 2019, DoorDash was paying people $7, $7 at least in Vegas, and I think they had a pretty standard rate of you'd make at least $7 every single order, no matter what. And Postmates was $4 every single order, and then they would tell you if you made a tip after, and you wouldn't usually know that you would make a tip until quite a bit later. And for Postmates, the only thing that's changed is they pay you $3 every order now. I'm not sure if that is state by state or if that is just like across the country if they pay you. So let me know in the comments down below if Postmates pays you differently, but they recently went from $4 down to $3. You would think that they would go the other way, but unfortunately they thought that their drivers were worth less than they were actually. But I think that's because Postmates just hires so many people, and they just frankly just have so many people working for them that they don't need to pay them that much. So some of the biggest things that have changed this year, of course, like with the pandemic and everything, ride shares pretty much like the rideshare industry pretty much got destroyed, because not many people want to get in a car with some random person, especially with like COVID and all this stuff going around. So one of the biggest things that happened recently was Postmates was bought out by Uber for $2.65 billion. Now that's a lot of money, and it might have been a smart decision for them to kind of eliminate half of their, not half, but like a third of their competition, because really there's only 4 competitors in the delivery industry, and that is DoorDash, Postmates, Ubereats, and Grubhub. There's a few other small ones, but like Grubhub bought out Eat24, and there's another one that they bought out, but some other small companies that I've never really heard of. And then of course there's Instacart, but that's kind of totally different. That's mostly just groceries. So we're gonna be talking about the differences between Postmates and DoorDash. So the first thing is DoorDash doesn't pay you a $7 rate anymore like they used to. They kind of pay you per delivery, and they tell you the tip right up front. That's probably the best thing about DoorDash, because I personally don't do Postmates anymore unless it's like an order that is going the exact same direction as an order that I've already taken on DoorDash, or if Postmates or DoorDash is just so slow and I get a Postmates order, then I will take it. But other than that, like I personally, so obviously I'm going to be a little bit biased because I don't really do Postmates anymore unless it's like an accessory to DoorDash. So basically, DoorDash, just if you're looking for an answer of which one's better, I'm gonna say DoorDash is significantly better, and here are my reasons. For one, I like the honesty of how much you're gonna make. For some reason, Postmates still hasn't figured that out yet. They still give you a $3 rate no matter what, and then they tell you later, they don't even tell you right away if you made a tip. They tell you later how much you actually made. Now, for me as a delivery driver, that is very risky to take in order, especially if you don't know like if they're gonna tip or not, especially like fast food and places that don't normally tip. Like when you do like a McDonald's order, you're probably not expecting to get a big tip from the customer. But on DoorDash, right up front, they're gonna tell you exactly how much you're gonna make, and then on top of that, you have a chance of getting tipped after. On Postmates, you don't have that. You just have the automatic $3 plus, like, I believe it's like they give you 10 cents for every 10 minutes you wait or something like that. It's some like really crappy rate, and basically you still always make about $3 plus the tip, and not a lot of people tip. Now I've taken all of the orders and how much I've made on each one, and I've calculated that on DoorDash I've made, okay, this is maybe a little bit unfair because I know that I'm gonna make good money on DoorDash when I accept the orders. I don't take anything that's less than $7 on DoorDash, and generally I don't take anything like much less than 8. I'm pretty picky with my DoorDash orders. On Postmates, my average was $6. Okay, so $6, that's less than I'm even like accepting on DoorDash. So my average on DoorDash was $8.50. That's of course because I'm guaranteed this amount of money, and if it's less, then I'm not going to take it. So I really enjoy the honesty of DoorDash because they're going to give you right up front, and there's so many other things that I just feel like DoorDash is a much more honest company. And also the process of getting hired by DoorDash is much harder. On Postmates, I've known people to literally sign up and get hired like within a day or two. On DoorDash, I had to go on this like wait for, I think I was on a wait for about a year because I signed up for both of them on the same time. And my first year doing delivery was in 2017, and it was only for Postmates because that was the only company that hired me because DoorDash was full and they didn't want to like water down the orders for their existing drivers. Now that's a really good thing because you don't want too many drivers out there, or the drivers that you have aren't going to be happy because they're not going to be making very much money. In fact, I got to mention one of the things that I absolutely hate most about Postmates is that they add on deliveries without telling you. They'll just add on an extra delivery, like let's say you accept an order and it's a great order and it takes you back to your house, and then they'll just add on another one, assuming that you want to do this, and then they don't pay you for the full delivery. So they pay you $3 for the first order, but the second order they do not pay you, and that's really annoying to me. I don't think that that's a fair way of like giving your people working for you work, you know? DoorDash, they always give you the option of selecting yes, do you want to add another order on, and generally they always pay pretty well for the second order, versus Postmates just adds it on. I think it's kind of a sneaky way of giving you the crappy orders that people don't want to do. So DoorDash is just, for me, it's just a much more honest and better platform because I trust them a lot more. For one, anytime something happens, they generally still pay you. On Postmates, if something happens, you have to send them an email, and then you have to hope that you get paid for that, and usually they don't, and then it's usually like you don't hear from them for like a couple days. And on DoorDash, you usually, most of the time, the line for customer service is pretty short, and I think Postmates customer service has only contacted me like one time. So you can tell that there's people monitoring their dashers a lot more on DoorDash than they are on Postmates, because DoorDash, I get calls all the time, like if the order's late or something, or if something went wrong, they will literally call me and ask what's going on. And that's much better, especially if you're a customer on DoorDash. I just would trust DoorDash as a business much more than I would Postmates. Originally, I only ordered on Postmates. Then I moved over to Grubhub, and then once DoorDash hired me and I realized how much I actually like delivering on DoorDash, I've only pretty much exclusively only been ordering my food, which isn't very often, but only on DoorDash. And anytime I've had a problem on DoorDash, they just credit you right away, or they'll pay you back right away. They will just refund the order almost always. On Postmates, they will literally like try to fight as hard as they can to not have to pay you. And even then, it's like on an email versus like you can actually call someone on DoorDash. I don't know if Postmates has updated their customer service because I haven't done it. I haven't ordered personally on Postmates in a long time. But just overall, in a comparison between the two, in 2021, DoorDash is going to be the significant king of all of these delivery apps, to be honest, because I've done a few comparisons recently, and I actually looked up the statistics. DoorDash takes up 50% of the delivery orders nowadays. That's probably because of the honest business model that they have. Postmates was down at 7%. So anywhere between 7 and 10%, that's pretty small, because I believe Grubhub is in second place and Ubereats is in third place. So you got the third place, which actually owns Postmates. They're taking up a pretty small fraction, and then Grubhub is also a very honest platform. I've personally never driven for them, but I've only heard good things about Grubhub, and I know that they pay their drivers pretty well. So when I compare the two, like Postmates and DoorDash, it's a pretty obvious answer, and that is going to be that DoorDash is going to be the winner. So that's all I really have for you guys today. Just want to give you guys an update on the delivery platforms and all this, because I do quite a bit of delivery videos and stuff. So if you guys enjoy this video, please give it a like. It greatly helps out my channel. And subscribe if you guys haven't for more content like this. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.